If you are a language teacher, you probably know that sometimes we teachers spend more time planning the lessons than actually teaching them. Having the right exercises, finding material that is really appropriate for the level of all your students, finding engaging stuff so you can make sure you retain your students, finding videos that really suit your lessons. Oh, don't even get me started on videos, because if you watch them online, probably you have to deal with unskippable ads, removed content, poor quality, vocabulary that has nothing to do with your lessons. Well, a nightmare. So being a teacher myself, I have to admit there were many times that I panicked before a lesson because I knew that I didn't have enough exercises for the 1 hour, or maybe the progression of exercises was just not right. And yes, I preferred taking my kids out instead of, being at home preparing the perfect lesson. Especially if you teach online, you are probably not getting paid for the time you spend planning the lessons. So it's very easy for our brains to kind of see this time as time wasted. So can you imagine if you could just sit in front of your computer and have ready-to-use lessons with current topics that are relevant to your students, audios that are recorded by different English speakers from different countries, different accents, and adaptable content so you can use the same lesson for loads of different students. This would mean extra income for you as well, because you would have more free time, to find and take in more students. Well, let me tell you that this is possible now. I'm Mary, a teacher, trainer, and marketing specialist who has helped thousands of teachers on YouTube create engaging lessons that not only help students with their language skills, but also make them improve their critical thinking skills. And I'm here today to introduce you to the Just Teach method. Let me explain this better. My team and I are building a huge platform to host all my ready-to-use lessons. General English lessons for all levels and ages, business lessons, exam preparation, grammar lessons, you name it. So let me show you some examples of these lessons, their structure, and you are going to understand why your students are going to be asking for more and fall in love with every single class that you have with them. Right, so the first thing you might like to know is that you're going to be able to have a full lesson in front of you with just 3 clicks. So you open the website and choose a lesson category from the 9 categories you can see here. And let's say, for example, that in 5 minutes I will have a lesson with Lucia, a girl who just wants to improve her general English because she'll move to the UK with her parents very soon. So general English will be click. Then you just have to choose the level you are teaching. So let's say Lucia is upper intermediate. So I just click on it and I'll be taken to the general lessons available for this specific level. It's been 2 clicks so far and you are already in front of possible lessons for Lucia. The final click is the one that opens the chosen lesson. So you have the possibility to look for a lesson using the search tool as well. So for instance, let's say that you need to teach present perfect today. So you're going to just type this in there and you'll find some options. Right, let me open this one here as an example and you see what is inside. So this is how you're going to see your lesson ready to be taught. You see that 60% of lessons, they also come with videos. Well, you are not going to find them in grammar or speaking lessons. And talking about the videos, they are all around 2 minutes long, which I found to be the perfect length for English lessons.
Can lead to noticeable improvements in both physical and mental health. For starters, pets are known to reduce stress levels. A study from a renowned university found that spending time with pets.
The scripts were specially written for the purpose of each specific lesson, so you see that they are 100% connected with the exercises and the discussions you are going to have with your students. And the nicest thing here is that they were all recorded by humans, English speakers from different countries that our team hired, so your students can listen to a variety of tones, voices, and accents, most being American, English, and Scottish. You can use them as videos or audio only, you are not going to have any interruptions or any ads. And then finally, look into the structure of the lessons. They will vary depending on the category and the level. So let's look into a standard general English one so you can just have an idea of what they look like. The first slides are always for you as a teacher to understand what you'll be teaching and what your students should be able to do at the end of the lesson. So you can see here what is included in the lesson and the lesson goals. Then the whole thing is for to facilitate your life as a teacher at the same time as the students are engaged and working on their critical thinking skills. So the design of the lessons is super clean, so you don't overwhelm students, with too much information. And you also have plenty of space to write stuff. things that they want to ask you or words that they just come up during the lesson, you've got a space to use it. You also realize that the content is always to the left, as most people have their cameras at the top right, so your content doesn't get behind the camera. So you will find one or more warm-up exercises so you can start the lesson light, make your students feel comfortable and ready for the proper lesson. Then you will find 2 or 3 exercises for each skill. So I divided the skills into vocabulary tasks, listening tasks, speaking tasks, reading, writing tasks, pronunciation, intonation, and grammar tasks. Each grammar exercise will be preceded by a quick grammar review, and as general lessons are topic-based, they will show examples using the same vocabulary of the rest of the lesson. So you're going to see that everything is connected. And as I'm a big advocate for critical thinking, obviously all my lessons have a critical thinking section, so you can have healthy and fruitful discussions with your students. And the beauty here is you don't have to follow any order. You are the person who knows your students better, you know the type of exercises they might prefer, and the ones that can, help them perform better. So you can just use the slides in any order, skipping the ones you don't want to use today. You can reuse the same lesson for the same student, as you're not going to be able to use all exercises in one lesson. And you can obviously use the same lesson for hundreds of different students. You just have to choose the parts that are better for them. You also see many slides with photos, so you can use them for warm-ups, end of lesson, or any other purpose, as getting them to describe things, talking about adjectives or prepositions. And all the pages are numbered, so you can just skip them and go back to them, without losing yourself. And finally, you find all answers at the end of the slides. And to prevent you from going back and forth, to check which exercise the answers belong to, you can see this small square here with the questions. Different categories will have different exercises, but they are all thought to get your students highly engaged while you spend time doing the most important things, showing up and being the best teacher you can ever be. Lessons also come with a downloadable PDF with homework for you to send to your students if you want to do it. And the exercises, they also come with answers, so you don't have to spend time correcting exercises for them. And the great news is, yes, more great news. If you register for the waiting list right now, you are going to qualify for an early bird discount. So no matter what subscription you choose when we launch, you are going to have your discount guaranteed. You don't have to pay for anything now, just type in your email and you're going to receive more info about the whole thing together with a promo code and a free lesson, so you can start trying the methods today. See you inside the platform. Happy teaching!